I've got 3 options here that are Techwoven fibrous, scratch-resistant cases, including the Techwoven from Apple. I've got the fabric case from ShiftCam, and then I've also got CooWeek's Techwoven, which is a more budget-friendly Techwoven. With that said, this is my opinion here, and we're going to be demonstrating some durability testing with some items that can scratch it, including the infamous screwdriver that I scratched the first Techwoven with, and I'm going to prove to you here that it does have issues. With that said, let's go ahead, review this. I'll share you my opinion and do some analysis on all 3 of these cases. All right, this is in no particular order. I'm going to be reviewing these here. I'm going to go ahead and show you from the back side and the case around the edges, as well as on the front side, the differences between them, and then we can do our stress test and durability test. So starting with ShiftCam, you can see here that the camera plateau is adorned here with anodized aluminum. This is what I found to be one of the most durable there for your plateau. You do have a little bit looser Techwoven here. The fibers are a couple of different colors, but they're in general gray. You got this polycarbonate and TPU core around the edges, including a camera control button cutouts there for your I/O and plastic buttons there on the back. You've got the microfiber material here on the backside and Magsafe. And then obviously the last feature of the ShiftCam is going to be able to have the integration with their ShiftCam lenses and moment lenses. This is one of the main reasons why you want to pick up this case. Even though it is Techwoven, you do have the option here to shoot some cool cinematography and photography here with a tele lens or a wide angle lens or even an anamorphic lens here from their lineup. Techwoven, as I went over here, is an all polymer case. It does have the Techwoven woven into the inside that you can feel the texture to that wraps around. Then you've got the polymer case that does have this nice ergonomic grip, plastic buttons here around the edges, as well as the unique camera control button. You got the Magsafe built into it, and then obviously you've got this strip of fine woven material here that's supposed to be abrasive proof. It's supposed to be scratch resistant and whatnot, which we will demonstrate in a second. Plateau is plastic, so you can tell here what the contents of the case are. Let's move over to the CoolNext case. This is budget friendly. I reviewed this already. Same kind of idea. You got there Techwoven fabric that is a little bit softer. The threading and material here is smaller. The sewn textile there is smaller in nature, and they do have a similar grippable ergonomic polymer case, but they do have microfiber material on the backside here and the Magsafe. So you can see they're all very similar, except ShiftCam, which has looser fabric and anodized aluminum. One of them is real. The phone that I'm going to be placing in Techwoven is the real phone. The other 2 are dummy phones. So as far as stress testing here, they're polymer material, so they are flexible. You can scratch all 3 of them with your fingernail, and you can see which one leaves a mark. You can't even see hardly the mark, but it is visible there when you have it a little bit. You can kind of see my fingernail. On the Techwoven, my fingernail didn't scratch it, but the nail itself actually did rub onto the fabric, but you can see it does rub off. I think the largest impact here was definitely the CoolNext, which you can see they're at the right angle. The scratch marks from my fingernail are still there, but in general, it is being rubbed out, which is nice. So it does have that scratch resistance. We're gonna now go ahead and go to keys. I've got a couple of different keys here. This is my car key. This is my house key. We're gonna scratch on the ShiftCam. We're gonna scratch on the Techwoven. We're gonna scratch on the Next Cool, as well as the home key we will scratch. You guys were complaining to me. You're like, oh, the ShiftCam it rubs on. You can hardly see it. The Techwoven is definitely there. Even the house key. The Next Cool is not necessarily picking it up as much as well, but when you come up close, you can definitely see the impression. You can see it on the ShiftCam. It is there. Let's move on to the box cutter. It's not cutting the fabric necessarily. I'm not applying a lot of pressure here. here, but the tip of it is catching onto the fabric. You can see it is pulling it up and separating a little bit of the textile from it. You can see the Techwoven, it's definitely taking those scratches. Those are not rubbing out. It isn't cutting the fabric necessarily, but I'm sure I could poke out some of the Techwoven fabric from the strings, but it seems that the knife itself is not catching into the edges, which is nice. So there you do have some resistance. And then the next cool, I did see that it does scratch the material, and I think I am actually cutting into it. You can see that it's definitely leaving some pretty big marks here, and I'm sure if I go over it twice, it'll actually cut the fabric itself. So you can see that this one isn't necessarily slash proof. And lastly here, we're gonna go ahead now and demonstrate the infamous screwdriver. We're going to use the bottom corner here as a way to kind of show it. In my short here, I showed you here that this screwdriver doesn't really leave a mark. I obviously scratched up here so you can see all the marks up there, but right here is where I was scratching. It's not leaving an active mark here on the ShiftCam. Whereas on the Techwoven here, it is leaving a mark there, which is pretty clear. A screwdriver's leaving a mark. Let's try to rub that off. It's still showing up. All you haters, you guys were hating. Down here in the corner, same thing. CooNext is going to have a screwdriver make a mark like that as well. I'm still going with the ShiftCam, and you can still put a lens on here. Having this 2x tele lens is incredible. The Techwoven can't do that. The Techwoven has just Magsafe, that's it. All the other ones have Magsafe. I mean, if you wanted Magsafe and to have the magnetic animation, is $60 worth the animation of putting this phone case on there? Is that so worth it? Because you're paying 60 bucks for it. Otherwise, you can get something like the ShiftCam, which is the same price. You've got the same Techwoven material. You have the same camera control, but you've got anodized aluminum, and you also have this very versatile lens adapter for Moment lenses and for ShiftCam lenses. So just subscribe, guys. You guys are annoying. 300,000 of you watch this and none of you subscribe. Subscribe and listen to my opinion, because my opinion matters. Thanks, guys. I'll have the links to all these products down below in the description. Like and subscribe. We'll catch you in the next one. Bye.